Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to another Best in Class. Now, I know we've been off the airwaves, so to speak, for the last few weeks, and trust me, I know you've all suffered greatly not being able to hear my sweet, dulcet tones. But I am back! And so's Eddie. Now, some of you I've seen mention that he got into an accident or he's quit the show and many other far-out theories, but it couldn't be further from the truth, and Eddie will enlighten you a little more later in the show, because it's once again time for the big stompy robots to shine once more. Let's get on to the mechs. The Awesome. It shares the 80-ton assault finalist spot here with the Gargoyle, and the two couldn't be more different. While the Awesome had a brilliant showing during the qualifiers, using its long-range firepower to deadly effect, it also proved to be the armoured fist of the attack when needed. A firm favourite of many, but can it prove itself as the best 80-tonner and best assault tonight? The Gargoyle. Well, the Awesome is slabs of meaty armour wrapped around a tasty PPC filling. Want a sausage roll now? The Gargoyle is a speedy, for an assault, striker unit. Honestly, it put up a surprise showing during qualifiers where many other units should have surpassed it. It went on to prove them wrong. Tonight, though, it faces a steep climb to be crowned the best 80-tonner, let alone the best assault. But it has the potential to upset once more. The Stalker. The Battle Turtle trundles forward once again, heavily armed and armoured, to show that just because it's 15 tons lighter than the Annihilator, it can still go toe-to-toe with the best of them. It blitzed its way past the competition score-wise in the qualifiers, and is currently odds-on favourite to win tonight's show. According to the Boffins, anyway. The Supernova. The second and last clan machine to make the assault finals, the Supernova is a simple machine dedicated to one thing: victory. It reminds me of myself during my arena days. Some say it's too slow, too big, and too hot to be in contender, but they said that about me, and look who's making the big money now, Stephen. That's right, me, James McCracken. I have my money on this beast to win tonight. The Night Star. A real collector's machine, the Night Star once again proved itself the victor in the 95-ton category, having won the 8th and 14th season qualifiers. Now back for a third go, can the Night Star finally prove itself the best in assault class? Well, there's a first time for everything really, isn't there? Like Rocket saying something witty, or Eddie not complaining about something that I did for him, as usual. The Annihilator. It doesn't get any bigger than this, unless it's a super heavy, but they aren't in the simulator, thank Kerensky. The Annihilator, or Little Annie as some have taken to calling it, had a great run in the qualifiers and is ready once again to be crowned best in class for a second time, having won the series back in Series 12 in a real nail-biter against the Hammerhands and Hunchback. All of the stats would suggest that this is the likely winner, but best in class has proven time and again that surprises are always a single alpha strike away. And with their introductions out, it's time to join Eddie in the commentary booth for the drag race. Well,
we're back.
It's the penultimate drag race and they're off, Eddie.
And they are off.
Oh wow, look at that. The Gargoyle flying ahead.
It is, yeah.
Catch up with it, Eddie.
Good.
Well, I think this one's a bit of a foregone conclusion. I'm not really surprised. The fastest mech on the field there, the Gargoyle. But really, Eddie, it's going to come down to who's going to take second and third place.
Because there's going to be some tough matches. And
that really
it's
wasn't
going to be very
wasn't
close.
a competitive race there. The Gargoyle, I mean, that thing can do sprints around the rest of the team here.
That is fast, isn't it?
It's very close, though, here with
that
the
Gargoyle
Night Star
could
and the
outrun
Awesome.
some heavies.
Oh, easily, Eddie. God, some of those slowpoke heavies. They don't stand a chance against the Gargoyle
Come
speed.
on, Awesome.
Ooh, Night Star just nipped second. Awesome in third. Stalker is fourth. The Supernova is fifth. And, well, no surprises here for the poor Annihilator, who was never going to win the race, Eddie.
He seems to be enjoying the...
He's trundling along.
He's enjoying himself, and, that's just almost as important, isn't it?
Well, as long as the Annihilator gets its day out of centre.
Yes, that's true.
Well, Eddie, it's time to take it over to the trained simian chimp-like creature, Critical Rocket there.
It certainly is. You know, some people say that his eyes operate like sonar. And that his nose can smell excuses. And that I haven't done this for a while.
That's true.
But I still have to call him Critical Rocket.
Indeed. Speaking about being gone for a while, Eddie, obviously, why don't you tell everybody why you've been gone for a while?
Because I've been in the middle of this bloody court case, that's why.
Yes, against Mr. Aidan Van Chance and Maximilian Voxel.
Bloody Aidan Van Chance and friggin' Voxel.
But it's been good results, I hear, Eddie.
Yes, it has!
Hey!
I won the court case! Woohoo!
Yes, you now own everything, lock, stock and barrel, that Aidan Van Chance once owned, including his own upcoming project, Race Wars.
Yes, well, I'll be... Yeah, I think that could do with a name change. But either way...
I don't see the problem, Eddie, but go on.
Either way, yes, I was able to prove that they had, in fact, tricked me into signing a false document that they did not, therefore, have the rights to the my family fortune.
They tried to make me look like an idiot.
And they tried to make you look like an idiot.
They did.
But they lost, and you don't look like an idiot.
Yes! You can't see it, folks, but I'm fist pumping with joy.
He is fist pumping with joy. He's so happy. He is... As am I. I will be getting all my money back. The banks have reversed a fair number of charges. And a number of items that Aidan Van Chance owned, which include several mechs, are already being put on a dropship to be shipped to me.
Yes, great. Amazing. Yes. It's very good. I look forward to seeing them on the grounds, Eddie.
Well, I haven't seen what they are yet, but I might throw one your way.
Oh, well, that's very generous of you, Eddie.
At the very
Lord
least.
knows we'll need it in these dark times.
Yes. Anyway, I won! Hey! Just a few questions, though.
Yeah, go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah. What the hell has gone on here? The place is a tip. And I don't just mean a tip, I mean the strange murals on the walls. All the furniture's been upturned. It looks like someone's built a little mini fort over there.
Yes,
and there's been a battle.
There's several effigies and many dead boffins, yes, Eddie. Well, when you left, things were in a kind of unified state with myself as a kind of shining beacon to all of control and freedom, and all that good stuff. And then after a short time, things kind of broke down, and the boffins started to win fight. There was 5 separate parts of the facility that was referred to as the Pentagon, that they were all kind of vying for control over it, and none of them would listen to me. And then things just kind of went mad after that. Yes, for some reason, Rocket was installed as their new leader. He was referred to as the ill boss, or the ill leader, or something like that. And he thought he was sick and down with it, his own words. He was very quickly deposed and contained because they thought he was actually sick. So he was put into quarantine.
Down with something, I'm sure.
Yes. And then not long after that, Eddie, the Boffins broke into several small groups that started vying for power within the facility. What? Yes, they formed groups such as the Mighty Wombat, the Cackling Kookaburras, the Snivelling Weasels.
The Snivelling Weasels.
Yes.
Well, some of them are a bit snivelling.
There were 20 of them in all, originally. Not all of them are still around anymore. As you said, aforementioned battles and the such.
Yes.
One group ended up basically being ganged up on by the others, and they were kicked out, exiled. And I haven't really seen much of them, since there were rumours of them attacking Section 7 at one point before moving on. And
I think they're living out in that old shed.
Yes, that is near Section 7. That could be where they are, but no one's really bothered to have a look there, Eddie. And other than that, you've now got several of these small tribes of different boffins now roaming the facility, challenging each other for resources, battling for control of things such as the vending machines, the soup dispensers, the laundromat is a frequent area of combat between the numerous different tribes. And it's not my fault, Eddie. I just couldn't keep them under control.
New target acquired.
I was only away for about 3 or 4 weeks.
It doesn't
what
take
the hell?
much, it doesn't take much for the Boffins to break down, apparently, Eddie.
Couldn't you control them?
I was too busy searching for new supplies of Dr. Sprepsy, so I wasn't really in much of a state to do much myself. Plus, I was still trying to get my album off the ground, Eddie. Oh, the Awesome's over. That one was.
Looks like it did pretty good.
Oh, it did 351 damage, Eddie. 248 match score, 4 kills.
Woohoo!
Not a win though. A max of 45 points. Not a bad start. Not a bad start, Eddie.
Yeah. There's something about all of this that seems strangely, I don't know, familiar.
In what way, Eddie?
I don't know. I just can't put my finger on it. But
All systems.
wait, so they made
They're all named after
Critical- animals. Rocket, what was it? Lord, Boss?
Ill Boss. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Ill Leader.
The ill leader, yeah.
Yes, so he neglected his duties for a long time. I had to have several stern conversations with Rocket about that. And the Boffins barely respond to me anymore, Eddie. I'm just kind of left to my own devices. That's why I'm still wearing the same clothes I was wearing 3 weeks ago.
Well, I'm a little confused.
The Boffins do all my washing for me, Eddie. Or did. It's a terrible time, Eddie.
Wait, I don't
The
quite...
dark period.
I don't understand this.
What?
Well, you have an incredibly expensive car out there. You could have just driven...
Well, the Boffin that usually drives me was part of the tribe that got
You could
exiled.
drive your own vehicle. You used to pilot bloody battle mechs in the arena.
Mech and a vehicle are very different things, Eddie. But I'm a celebrity, Eddie. I don't drive myself. I get driven to places. Madness at this rate.
So instead you decided to sit here for nearly 4 weeks in your own effluent,
I went to the toilet, Eddie.
stinking like you do.
Well, I went to the toilet, Eddie, and it's mostly clean. I like to think that I put in the best effort.
Plus, why did they rip their own uniforms up and then patchwork, sew them back together?
Oh, apparently that's just the style thing. It came in, apparently, the first week, and then by the second week that was seen as retro, and then by the third week it was seen as new wave gauche. According to Tiddles, one of the Boffins. Anyway.
Acquired.
I mean, even the cats look like they've gone a little feral. It's only been, 3-4 weeks?
Roughly that time space, yes.
One of them's wearing a loincloth and carrying a spear.
I can't really speak to that one, Eddie. It's just how things go with these Boffins. You know what they're like? They've got the Hall of Remembrance. That became a blooded battlefield. I'm going to have to extend the hall. Probably by a couple more halls, to be honest.
I just don't understand how everything can do. How long did it take to de-evolve into this infighting in the first place?
Roughly 23 hours. It's an unusual effect that you have
Not
here,
even
Eddie.
a day.
Sadly not. That's
You
why I've been-
couldn't control a bunch of boffins from turning feral in one.
It's not my job, Eddie. My job is to be an amazing entertainer and
Well, what
host
the
for
hell
this
were
show.
you doing? If we weren't recording anything, why were you even here? You don't live here. You live in
I was
that
using some of the
ridiculous penthouse of yours.
Using some of the equipment to try and get my album re-recorded
this
and
bloody
off the
album.
ground, you see. And
How do we know it wasn't you waddling away at whatever ultrasonic levels
this
you
room's
want?
soundproofed, Eddie. They couldn't hear anything anyway if they wanted to. They can't hear this discussion at all. There's only a
can.
couple of the audio boffins left from. What is that? I think that's Tribe Singing Bat.
Yeah.
They have a little bat logo on their stuff.
Yes, it's an old Earth logo of a character called Batman.
Ah, yes. Well, they're Tribe Batman then. That's what they are.
Tribe Batman.
Well, they theme themselves after animals. Don't ask me why.
This really is very familiar somehow.
Tribe Wardling Tortoise was, they're a bit of a small one. They're the ones who started to develop some of the new tech, and then all the other bigger ones started to steal off them.
Whoa. What do you mean new tech? What's this new tech?
Oh, they were using some of the audio and visual equipment, Eddie, to create far more advanced versions of holographic Trivid technology that we've never seen here in the Innisphere before.
Oh, you mean they've invented some new stuff. I mean, we could make a fortune out of that.
Well,
Where is it?
well, that's the problem. There were numerous battles over it. Now the larger tribes have sort of come to some kind of agreement where they can all use it, while the original Warbling Tortoise, they were the inventors, but they no longer have the rights because due to some of the battles and the agreements they had, they lost the exclusive rights, so now it's all kind of shared, and trying to get anything out of the Council of Elders of the Boffins is very difficult, Eddie.
The Council of Elders.
Yes.
But the oldest one here is 27.
Ancient, by their standards, Eddie. Absolutely monolithic. He's a Methuselah of the Boffin type.
He's still got spots.
Oh, that's seen as a sign of greatness.
What?
Well, there's a plan that they're going to invade one of the other sectors and attack one of the other studios. Apparently, it was long prophesized in the McCracken diaries or something. I don't know. They seem to idolize me as some kind of spirit. Like I think that's why they don't respond to me anymore, Eddie. And I said they think I'm dead, and so sort of recite poetry and other such nonsense.
How the hell can all this happen in a couple of weeks?
I don't know, Eddie. It's crazy. It's absolutely mad. Although they do have an interesting art style.
New target acquired.
No, they don't. It's finger paintings and bits of food smeared on the walls.
And flesh. Some of it's flesh.
Ugh.
Dead boffins, don't worry. It's not live boffins.
New target.
They didn't feel
How many
anything.
boffins have we lost?
Going by the internal scans and the computer systems, we've lost over 570 boffins.
We haven't lost 570 boffins.
Across all of the tribes.
We never had that many to start with, you idiot. Can you not read this stuff properly?
Okay, 57 boffins, sorry.
5.7. How can it be 0.7 of a dead body?
I don't know, I'm sure one of them's hobbling around with a missing arm or a leg somewhere.
This calibrated this. This is awful.
Try Batman. Is one of your members missing an appendage? An appendage. One of these.
An arm or a leg, he means, you bloody...
Center torso.
Hey, don't be throwing... I'm glad there's a window there. He just threw his poop at us.
Yeah, that's, I believe that's initiation of some kind of trial to combat, Eddie. You might have to fight him later.
What? I'm not fighting him. He's like half my weight. What have they been eating, by the way? They all look emaciated.
Well, that's why there's lots of battles over the vending machines. Since the guy comes in to
sake.
refill it, there's usually regular battles over the refilled vending machines, you see. The right to acquisition, as they call it.
This is
Oh, the gargoyle round's over.
Oh,
326 damage, 259 match score, no kills, and it was a crippling loss. 25 points. No one's going to miss anything with the old gargoyle on that one, Eddie.
look, I thought I'd be coming back. Everyone would be celebrating. I won.
Well, I made a cake.
I'm not eating that. I think some of it's mud
It might be.
with shaving foam on the top.
It's still cream.
What the hell has been going on round here? I've been fighting literally for my ancestral home.
Right.
My mechs. My father's...
Sword.
No, not my father's sword. He never owned a sword. What is a sword anyway?
I think it's a type of sword.
It's not just a sword.
Well, I don't know. Ooh! On the Boffins, it's got some of that enhanced imaginary technology. Look at it. He projects a larger image over himself. He looks all muscular. He's only 5'3", but he looks 6'7" there. Oh, he's challenging one of the other Boffins.
New target.
It's paper. He's drawn stuff on himself and on paper.
It's magnificent,
And
isn't it, Eddie?
cardboard. That's the new tech. For a second then I thought we were going to actually make some money off this stuff. That's the new tech.
They fight viciously over this technology, Eddie.
They're slapping each other like a pair of 7-year-old girls.
Oh, he got him good with that one.
Yeah, he caught him in the eye.
Yeah, ooh.
A bit of the
Oh, he's
cardboard.
going to be a bit blind now, I think.
Oh my god, he's crying.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them cry. You can... To be honest, I've gotten used to falling asleep listening to the tears of the Boffins huddled in the corner. cold. Mainly because they don't know how to operate the temperature settings for the building. I do.
And they've torn all their clothes apart and done a really, really bad job of sewing them back together.
Target acquired.
Yeah.
How can things de-escalate and just fall apart this bad in a short amount of time? Would at any point you could all just get up and leave?
Well, that's the thing, Eddie. They do actually go home, but then they come back and they do it all again. I just stay here. Someone's got to look after the fort while you were gone.
You didn't look after the fort, you blithering idiot!
Is being captured.
The whole place is a mess. It's going to take weeks to clean this up. And they're all going to have to go through retraining because they've all lost their bloody minds.
Were they trained to begin with?
Well, they are boffins. They must have been trained in something. They were running the place. Alright,
Enemy base is
badly, but still.
I can requisition more boffins if you want.
Oh, for God's sake.
Is that, how many more do you want?
You know what I've just gone through? The strain I have been under.
I can get 40 new boffins today.
acquired.
We'll get them primed.
Have we got Prime?
Yeah, we've had prime for a long time.
When did we upgrade to Prime?
It was a few years back, anyway. So
Was it?
Yeah, it was near the...
Wait a minute, it's in my name. Have I been paying for this?
Well, for the last
What
3
is
weeks.
it with me getting screwed over by everyone?
Well, apparently you have all the money, Eddie.
Target acquired.
Well, I almost didn't. I was almost broke.
Look, do you,
on
want
my
these,
arse.
do you want these boffins or not? One of them is a specialist in retraining, apparently when boffins regress into a more tribal-like feral state.
That's a real... Well, of course it's a real thing. Yes, hire him.
Hire him, alright, and the other 39 are just replacements for the losses. The 57.
It was 5.7 and I'm not even sure that's correct.
Salute those boffins, Eddie. They
I'm not
gave their lives
No,
for
they
their
didn't.
tribe.
They all went mental. I think they'd been drinking that stuff of yours. What's it called again?
Is being captured.
Mr. Sprepsy.
I think they've been drinking that.
Dr. Sprepsy. Depends.
Yeah, well, that's getting banned.
Just need a bit more
What
sawdust.
the hell are you drinking? Is that it?
Yeah, it's Mr. Sprepsy Light.
Can I see it?
Yeah, go on.
Light.
Yeah, it doesn't have the sawdust in it.
It's mostly water.
Well, most of the... I don't have access to the vending machines anymore, so I...
Well, I'm surprised this stuff's even working.
Well, I mean, this is all ancient Starleague tech. I mean, even the boffins don't really fully understand it. It just kind of works.
But you still got Rocket to...
Oh, in the end, Rocket, when he was confined to quarters again because they believed he was ill, just got back to work. We've been communicating over the intercom for the last few weeks, really. They occasionally bring him food because they think he's ill and thus he needs some kind of basic amenities and care. And I've been ordering out on Primed every evening, to be honest. So that's how I've kept myself going.
Wait a minute, I'm paying for that. It's in my name.
Well, it's on my tab. I guess I'll just pay you back. With the proceeds of the album sales, I'm sure they're going to be good, Eddie.
Oh, God, I've never seen that money.
Oh, don't be like that, Eddie.
Target destroyed.
We can always go into the vault.
Destroyed.
We can go through the vault. Maybe dig up some of the archive material. Everything's kept behind that endo steel door. It's 10 foot thick. Nothing's getting through it, Eddie.
What endo? There's no endo steel door.
What do you mean? That's where we kept all the archive, all the previous seasons. Remember the first season, where there was an extra guy?
Yeah, we had that. The idea of having 3 people, that was a tragic mistake.
Yeah, it is.
2 is the perfect number. 3, you're asking for trouble. Plus, he was awful.
That tall fella,
He
he
was
made you
awful.
look really small. Oh, the Stalker. 611 damage, 440 match score, 2 kills and a win. 65 points, Eddie.
Wow.
Reactor online.
Yeah, I mean,
Sensor
I'm glad for the Stalker. No, I mean, I am. I
Well,
love
it's
the
your
Stalker.
choice, usually.
Well, the Awesome, the Stalker, they're such great mechs, but all that aside,
Yeah.
it's a shed
What is?
where we keep all of the old copies. I mean, other than the door sticks and you have to, like, kind of lift it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then you jiggle it. And then you pull it back. Yeah.
And then it opens.
That's where all the old archive material
That's where all the material is.
Or maybe that's where the Lost Tribe went. That would make sense.
I told you, I saw someone living in the bloody thing.
Oh, that's probably where the missing tribe is then. The Iowa tribe, or whatever they called themselves. It was very weird.
Iowa?
Yeah.
Iowa? What the hell has Iowa got to do? What? That's
Somewhere
not
on Earth, apparently.
I thought they were all supposed to be named after animals.
Well, they were, but then this group, when they were ganged up on by the others and they were forced out, they changed their name briefly. I had a conversation with their rep.
You sure it was Iowa?
Yeah. What?
Well, he was wearing a T-shirt that said "I Heart Cincinnati."
Well, maybe they're the Cincinnati tribe. I don't know, Eddie. I can't keep up with all this madness. It's been 3 solid weeks of complete chaos. Which reminds me, that's what it was like filming the first season.
Plus, he was yodeling in Welsh. What? The first season's terrible.
It's not that bad. I had more hair back then, Eddie.
Well, yes, and you weren't quite so large.
I was a bronzed Adonis back then.
Well, you weren't a bronze Adonis,
What?
but you were a little less large. A little less large? Yeah, that makes sense. But that third guy, why did you bring him in?
Well, I thought the dynamic would work well with 3 people who could all bounce off each other.
But it was terrible. It was all these poor attempts at comedy, as if somehow we were a light entertainment show when we're actually supposed to be, hard-hitting mech combat action, telling you the valuable information about, what mech is the real mech of the battlefield.
It didn't help that he
Instead,
crashed
there were all
several
these
times.
comedy shtick pieces that just seemed, I don't know, a little forced. What?
I mean, some of them may have been a bit obvious in the fact that we did do setups and stunts ahead of time, but many people believed it was real. Remember the reviews? When people thought that we actually did stomp all of those Kiritan civilians.
Yes, and the
stunt where the Leopard dropship came down from low orbit and the engines caught fire, and then there was that massive fireball and it spun and then smashed into a municipal building. It was on Tharkad, remember?
Yeah, that's why we don't show season 1. That and the fact that the third member ruined the whole thing. It just doesn't work with 3. 2 is the perfect number.
2 is the sweet spot.
It's the sweet spot. You stick in a third person and it just doesn't work. He was annoying, frankly.
Yeah, I have to agree. It does work much better now with the numerous seasons we've done since. It's been easy street.
Exactly. Perfect.
Just like my choice to win this, the Supernova.
Acquired.
Oh, you're going with the Supernova?
Well, it's, as you said in the past, Eddie, it's simple, just like me. It's 6 ER large lasers. You can't go wrong, Eddie. It's got even got jump jets for no discernible reason.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why it has jump jets.
No idea. Madness.
It's the clans are very weird.
They are,
but then they go around wearing silly images
outfits,
of animals,
naming themselves after animals,
and stuff, and having little wars with each other over trials and silly fights, and wearing their silly costumes when they do their rituals and all that kind of stuff.
They have their council,
Grand Council, and their Ilkhan,
genetically modified.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, that's what the Boffins have been looking into, is genetic modification.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they couldn't look much worse. But all that aside, yeah.
New target acquired.
No, I still can't figure out what it is.
What's that you're playing with there, Eddie?
No, nothing. I still can't figure out what it is that they remind me of.
Nah.
This whole situation.
I don't even know what it is you remind me of.
I don't know. It just seemed. I don't know. There was something.
I don't know. I've just got a very strong feeling, Eddie, that the Supernovas really got this one in the bag.
Well, why? It doesn't seem to be doing. I mean, it's doing all right at the moment.
Well, I mean, look at that. He just iced a Raven.
Yeah, but the Awesome did really well.
Well, the Awesome did well with 4 kills, but I've got a feeling that the Supernova is either going to equal or surpass that number of kills. I even think it'll probably get far in excess of the amount of damage than any of the others. In fact, I'll bet you, Eddie, that that's what's going to happen.
Have you seen this footage already?
No.
Why are you doing that weird face you do when you're lying?
I'm not lying, Eddie.
You're doing the weird little squint.
New target.
Alright, I may have seen some of the footage.
Oh, for God's sake.
It was during the dark times, Eddie, when you weren't here. Rocket was... He was sending me raw footage and asking me if I could edit bits of it to try and make him look better and all the rest. I just ended up watching the matches. It was the only thing to do.
New target.
I mean, once you've watched all the interviews with Michelle Clapspaten, there's not really much else to do. Past a certain point.
New target.
Oh, by the way, don't go near that pile of stuff over
No,
there.
I just... Yeah. I'm not going to touch any of
That definitely needs to be cleaned up.
Yeah, maybe a flamethrower.
Possibly.
Oh, God.
But
God.
yeah, Eddie, the
Oh, God.
Supernova might do okay this run. I'm not saying that it's going to be the hands down out and out winner or anything.
You just admitted you've already seen the footage.
I've seen a bit of it.
Target acquired.
You're doing the face again. You just said you'd seen the raw footage.
Bits of it.
Stop doing the face and the squint. That means I know you're lying.
Alright, fine, Eddie, fine. I've seen the whole bloody thing.
Yes, obviously. That's why you're so busy talking about everything
Need some more
else.
Dr. Sprepsy.
It's water with bits of... It looks like blue ink from your
An atlas,
broken
Eddie.
pen.
Is that blue pen? Is that what went in there?
Blue, well, there's a broken pen and it looks like it's got ink in it. Swirling around.
That's probably what gives it its flavour.
Is that what you're calling it?
I'm in flavour country now, Eddie.
I don't think you are. Oh, God.
Oh, it's got a kick. Atlas! Eddie, look, it's an Atlas. You love that, though. It's dead.
Target acquired.
I do love an atlas.
Dead Atlas.
What's the point? You already know the results.
Well, I know this result.
I bet you knew all the others.
I do have them written down.
Oh, for God's sake.
Target destroyed.
How do you think I always pick my mechs?
Being captured.
But your mechs don't always win, you dozy prat.
It's because I forget the numbers, Eddie.
New target acquired.
It's a good fight, though.
I think you might need some kind of intervention or something. I think you're going
Well, what
off
could
the
I
rails.
invent, Eddie? I don't know, maybe some kind of flying car. Yes, some kind of hybrid between road vehicle and a vehicle that can actually take off from the road and get to the dropship. Some kind of fast mode of transport. Yeah, maybe I can invent that.
Level critical. Enemy base
What do you think,
is
Eddie?
being captured.
You up for a project?
No.
Oh. Well, why even mention inventions then if you're not even going to bother?
Yeah, it was just a throwaway idea. I don't know why I did it.
See, the madness is overtaking you now in this place.
Captured.
It could be.
Base
Who
is being
knows?
captured.
So it does really well then.
It does particularly well, to be honest, Eddie.
See, you've taken all the fun out of it. 'cause
I haven't
we
taken
already
any
know
fun
that-
out of it for you. You don't know.
Well, I do now because you already bet this wins.
Base is being
Yeah, I'll take that bet, Eddie.
I'm not taking it because you cheated.
I didn't cheat, Eddie.
You did because you've already seen all the footage.
You've got all this money now, Eddie. What's a few 100,000 C-bills as a casual wager?
enemy base is
I'm not
being
doing a few hundred. You don't need it anyway. You live in a penthouse. You live better than me.
I do live better than you. Yeah, it's true. That's what hard work does for you, Eddie.
You haven't done any hard work. I do more than you.
Don't know where you get that idea from.
Look at the state of this place. You couldn't even manage this for 4 weeks.
I'm not the manager, Eddie. I'm the star. I'm the host. You're the butler in arms, the co-host, the man who brings me the small packets
Not
of
my
pork
arm. It's a bit
scratching.
sore.
Sorry, I didn't mean to knock your arm.
incoming missile.
Pork what?
Enemy base
The pork
is being
scratchings.
captured.
You bring them a little tray.
Base is
They're my
being
pork
captured.
scratchings. You've been eating my pork scratchings.
Might have had a few.
Incoming
For
missile.
God's sake.
Who would have thought a pig would be so
It's
tasty?
nothing sacred. Of course everyone knows pig is tasty, you idiot. You eat bacon, don't you?
What? Bacon's from the same animal.
I'm losing my...
Virginity, at last, Eddie. It's good to see you getting
I'm
out there.
married, you pillock.
Oh, is that who it is at the house every time we go?
Target.
I thought there was like a live-in maid or something. She's always cleaning and doing things there. I just thought, Well, this is highly embarrassing, Eddie. You should have told me.
You were at the wedding, you moron!
Is that what that was?
He was so plastered.
Ah, it's
He
all
turned
just a
up
haze.
drunk, wearing a sombrero, shouting "schools out"
For summer, yes. Anyway, what's this electric light orchestra thing that you own now, part of Van Chance's? I'm gonna have a look at the papers there.
Yeah. Have you seen this is the name of his company? Van Chance's Electric Light and the Electric Light Orchestra.
The Electric Light Orchestra.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. It sounds absolutely mental.
It sounds crazy, doesn't it? His holdings are weird. Bathtubs Incorporated.
Bathtubs Incorporated. Do they actually make bathtubs?
No.
Oh. Well, what do they make? You own it now.
I don't think
You gotta know what this stuff does.
I have no idea. I don't think he entirely knew. I think he thought this was ways of squirreling away some of the cash.
Target acquired.
Might have to have a conversation with him about some of that, to be honest.
Target
This is all
destroyed.
very, very odd. My people are going through it, but...
You have people.
Well, I have to have lawyers and stuff, yeah, obviously.
Alright.
Solicitors and all that, yeah, obviously.
All the people I have.
Oh, look, it's got a massive score.
Oh, it won, yes.
Shock.
830 match score.
Wow.
Sorry, damage. A match score of 565.
Incredible.
Four kills, a win. 90 points, Eddie.
Wow, who would have guessed?
Sensors.
No, really, I can't believe it.
Come on, Eddie. Come on. It's not my fault.
It is your fault, you cheated.
I thought I'd just have a slight tipple, have a bit of a gander, see what it's like. I didn't expect it to be such a brilliant match. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad I picked that one, Eddie. Before I saw the footage.
No, you didn't.
You weren't here, Eddie. You weren't here in the dark times. So many lives lost. Over 500 Boffin.
5.7 according to that, and I still want to know what a 0.7 of a dead person is.
Well, I
and
don't
I'm
know.
not entirely sure about the 5.
Look, there are dead Boffins all over the place, Eddie. You've only got to look around.
Well, there's a lot of stuff around. Some of it stinks a lot.
Well, this is the Night Star for those viewers at home who are actually paying
Yes.
attention. Unlike Eddie, who seems weirdly focused on the apocalyptic vision before him.
The state of the place!
See, he's completely obsessed. He's just had a great victory in court, which I, heartily
Yes,
congratulate
yes,
you
it's
for,
true,
Eddie.
I have, yes.
But you're just weirdly focused on these things, and I don't know why. Everyone should just be happy that you're back. Things are getting back to normal already. Look, they started to clean up most of the effluents and blood and other marks because you've returned, Eddie. Clearly, you have a net positive effect on this place, which, to be honest, was something I never thought you'd have.
Wow. Backhanded compliment much. Look,
Target acquired.
I think I should explain a few things about my win.
Okay.
Court case.
Yeah, go ahead, Eddie.
So,
Lay it on me, as they used to say centuries ago on Earth. I've been looking up vernacular.
I don't know where you
I've been
get
looking up
these
Terran
things from.
vernacular. There's a lot of interesting sayings from that time, Eddie.
I'm sure there is. Listen,
Cowabunga is one such phrase they used to say.
what the hell does that mean?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, Eddie.
That
But
could be an insult.
I'm pretty sure it isn't. It doesn't sound like
It
it's
does sound like an insult. Hey, you cowabunga.
No, it just sounds ridiculous, Eddie. I mean,
Well, the whole thing sounds ridiculous
I mean,
anyway. I'm just saying.
maybe you would use it
I'm
as an
just
insult.
saying it
but-
sounds like an insult. You look a real cowabunga today.
No, it's not working, Eddie. Go on. What were you going to say about the court case? About
Right.
your big win.
Yes.
You're number one. You're one and only W in the column.
my one and only W.
Well, how many lawsuits have you been in the past?
Well, not very many because
Well, then
I
it's
don't
your one
get
and only
into, like-
W. It's your big win.
Target acquired.
Yes, my big, as you say, win. So, the people at Technical Readout, yes, I'm actually saying the name of their show on our show. They love it when we do that, by the way, because, it's 10 times more people hear their name than when they say it on their own show.
That's true.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
very
true,
true.
yeah.
It is very true.
Low rent is what they are.
Low rent. They're certainly that now, because we as good as own them.
Do we?
New target acquired.
Well,
This is great, Eddie.
yeah. Basically, yeah. Well, I do.
What do you mean? What do you mean you do?
Well,
New target.
Van Chance, he basically owned a 51% stake in the show.
Target destroyed.
Right.
So, I basically got
Target.
pretty much everything Van Chance owns, or at least enough to pay off not only the damages, but obviously the costings, and then there were a few extras and so forth. And I own 51% of the show.
So what does that mean in the grand scheme of things?
Well, if I wanted to, I could become the new star of Technical Readout.
I don't know, Eddie. That would put you against me.
I mean, maybe I'd add an extra inflection or two to my voice just to add a little extra to the way I talk.
Wait,
you know,
Eddie.
something to
Eddie.
really...
New target
Eddie.
acquired.
I'm just joking.
Stop.
But it's true.
You had my heart going there for a second, Eddie. Oh,
Oh, I've been doing that impression on you for,
my God.
years.
That's
You
terrifying,
just-
Eddie.
Did you like it?
No,
Actually,
I didn't like it one bit.
It's my Adrian Van Chance impression. He does sound a lot like you. It's kind of strange.
Aiden Van Chance has been trying to copy me for years.
Aiden has. I think that's probably true, because I have to point out that when he started blubbering, his voice did change a little.
Yes, AVC. I bet you Maximilian Voxel's voice changed, because he doesn't sound like that normally behind closed doors,
Oh.
just to let everybody know.
Voxel is the most tedious, boring, uninteresting individual I have ever met. Voxel. That's not even his real name.
That's not his real name.
He changed it. I don't know what from. But anyway, something even more tedious, probably. But yeah, I own 51%. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Acquired.
Either I can just let them continue and I get a nice little extra earner, which will probably at some point make me almost as wealthy as you, because he had a number of subsidiary companies that he was running as well, some of which he owned virtually outright. And so yeah, I've got a bit of a portfolio now.
Oh, well, that's good news, Eddie. That's great news.
Yeah, it's great. So
Good potential cross-promotional material there for the
well,
future.
funny you should say that, because since we're coming up to the finals.
Oh, the Night Star. 410 damage, 279 match score, 2 kills, but a loss. 40 points. A good showing for the old Night Star.
Yes, it's good stuff.
Well, I mean,
It's
it
a
will
great
be.
mech as well.
It's
An incredible
fantastic,
mech.
fantastic. Yes.
And it's been in a few of our finals in the past.
But the round's not quite over yet. There's one of the AI is still fighting its way there. A nasty all energy build. But you were going to say, Eddie.
Well, you're alright.
What?
Anyway, need more of your Gollum juice. You're okay.
No, I don't
Yes.
need Gollum. I don't need Gollum juice, though.
Yeah, so I was going to say,
I'm not Brandy
for the
Circus.
final,
Yeah. What?
I've invited them to the show.
What? You can't just invite. Our
Well, I didn't have to
sworn
invite
enemies.
them. They're coming on the show. They don't really have a
You
choice.
don't make that decision. I own the majority of this show. You have to run this by me, Eddie.
Online. Sensors.
You can't.
No, I checked with the lawyers, because I own a percentage as well, and they thought it was a great idea. We're going to
The
have
lawyers-
the competition,
The lawyers don't run
and
the
they
show,
have to
Eddie.
do a guest spot on our show.
What if I don't
In
want
our
them
big
on?
I
I don't want them on the show, Eddie.
could walk away, and this could all go right back to Apocalypse Now.
Oh no! You can't do that to me, Eddie. I've lost too many boffins.
The
as it is.
horror. The horror.
What do I get out of it, Eddie?
Well,
I'm
You-
a businessman at
you
heart,
get
Eddie.
to belittle Aiden Van Chance.
I do that regularly anyway, Eddie. I do it on the airwaves. I do it on my podcast. I do it in my album, Eddie. It's got to be something more. Maybe the right foot of the Madcap Mark II to go with the left foot. It's got to have a pair, right?
I'll think about it.
Drive a hard bargain, Eddie.
I've got Aiden Van Chance's own selection of mechs. He had to sell more than half of them.
You said there was a show of his that you got. It was a racing one, since he himself used to be a racer.
They called it Race Wars.
Ooh. Tell you what, Eddie.
Terrible name.
Tell you what,
Terrible
Eddie.
name.
You're more of the technical side of things.
Yeah.
I'm more of the on-screen razzle-dazzle side of it. why don't you give me Race Wars? I'm more than happy to have them on the show then. I'll change the name, Eddie, don't worry.
Well, I'll still own a percentage of it.
Yeah, of course, Eddie, but you let me take over the Race Wars
Tell you what,
project.
we'll
change the name.
If we do it, 51% to you, 49 to me.
For Race Wars.
And we change the name.
Yes, that's already, that's in the way. Although the name is still changing.
Well, they'd set up some stuff. They had some tracks. They'd already spoken to a number of people who were setting up teams. I don't know any names or any details, but they were, a good way into getting stuff done. They'd already spent money.
You see, the little idiot who pilots these sim things, right?
Yeah.
Well, he used to do races as well.
Did he?
Yes. He's not a
Really?
racer, but he used to host his own races against the AI. He used to make himself feel like he had viewers or friends or something. But the fact of the matter is, he's a lonely simpleton.
What, old Rocket Balboa there?
Yeah, Rocket Balboa.
Right.
He's a good one for that.
You like that one, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck you, Eddie.
I'll wait for you to finish.
Acquired.
Well, he already has some tracks set up in this very simulator, so we might be able to use some of them.
Yeah, go on.
What was that?
I was trying to do Rocket Balboa.
I've no reference for what that person or character is.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was really bad.
It was awful.
I regret it. I don't regret saying
You
it.
should feel bad.
I do. Oh, Polly. Anyway, so, yes. Well, like I said, they've put a lot of work into it. We could have it on the air in relatively short order. A couple of months, maybe.
Yeah, it could be,
The new year.
Maybe in the new year, yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. McCracken's Race Wars.
No.
Name change pending.
No.
Alright, Eddie and James's Race Wars.
I think we need to come up with a better than that. But, yes, anyway.
What about Top Gear?
That's terrible.
It is bad.
I think I'd rather go back to Race Wars. Where did you come up with that one?
I don't know, it just popped into my head.
That's Top Gear.
Yeah, it's not great.
What is that? There's plenty of gears.
There's lots of it, and especially in mechs.
In mechs, there's a lot of gears.
Hell of a lot of gears.
Oh, hell of a lot of gears. No, I didn't like that.
No,
that sounds stupid. That sounds like the kind of show you'd have 3 people, and we know how bad that is.
Third person is a terrible
Third person
idea.
is a terrible, terrible mistake.
Maximum Overdrive with McCracken and Hodge.
Still no.
Yeah.
That's still a no. We'll come up with something.
Creep up silently behind me and slide it in.
Okay, so the Annihilator.
Yes, the old Little Annie, as I said in the intro. It's a pet name that many pilots have for it, but of course it is anything but little.
Yes, indeed.
But many do have a fondness for naming their Annihilators with female names, much like old sailors with ships. And she won't steer you wrong, the Annihilator. She's a tough old cookie.
Yes, she certainly is. What an incredible mech.
Yes, as you
Of
can
course,
see.
not seen in the inner sphere for hundreds of years, and even then
long
it was
time.
a prototype of the Star League.
As was, yes. Well, I'm not quite sure what the justification for having this machine in the simulator was at the time it was added, but I'm glad it made its way
It's
in anyway.
an incredible mech, isn't it? Slow, but my God, does she carry some firepower.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And she can weather the storm as well.
As she's doing right here. I mean, she may have lost all of her frontal armor, but she's still taking the hits.
And she beat the Atlas, and that's not...
Atlas, King Crab,
Yeah,
Marauder
that's-
2, Kodiak,
Wow.
and Direwolf.
Yes.
Quite a lineup.
That was tough competition.
Oh yes, very much so. I mean, there is a reason she is a previous winner of Best in Class, and she's very good chance that she'll get the title once again this year.
She very well may do.
At the end of this, we will obviously determine, but it's going to be very difficult to overcome that Supernova score, Eddie.
It certainly is.
90
As well you
points.
know.
As well you know now, Eddie. You've seen the footage.
I have seen the footage, but I've not seen this footage, and I suspect you have, which is why you picked the Supernova and not the Annihilator.
So you're going to come back to this, Eddie. I took one
So-
little peek. One little...
I've decided to change my vote to the Supernova to win.
You can't do that, Eddie.
Well,
I've
I
already
haven't seen the
picked-
end yet.
I picked the Supernova
No,
to win.
I haven't seen the Annihilator win or lose yet, so I'm well within my rights.
Eddie, you never pick clan mechs.
No, I don't, but strange enough today, I think I'm going to change my mind. I've had one win. I think I'll make it 2.
Also critical damage.
Well, I don't agree with this, Eddie. It's
That's a shame,
it's
isn't
a
it?
churlish decision by you, Eddie.
It's not a
Clearly, you're just
churlish decision.
driven by some kind of petty
No,
revenge.
I just think that I just have this feeling in my gut that the Supernova is going to win.
Checked out, Eddie.
And so I'm going to go with the Supernova. I'm not going to go with the Awesome, or the Stalker, or the Night Star,
No.
or the Annihilator.
He's a betrayer.
Or the
He's a
Gargoyle.
betrayer.
I'm going with the Supernova.
You wouldn't pick the Gargoyle, only got 25 points.
Yeah, well.
Well, that's it. That's the Annihilator, and it got 467, 323 match score, a kill, a win, 45 points. It's pretty
Let's see
decent.
the skulls on the door.
Yes, and as we roll over into the scores, Eddie, we've got the Supernova on top with 94, the
Shock.
Stalker with 71,
Oh.
the Awesome with 53, the Night Star with 50, and the Annihilator with 47, held up with strong shoulders of the Gargoyle with 37, as we go over to the final of the best in weight class with the Grand Melee.
And will this change the scores in any significant way, folks at home? We can only guess.
It's literally anybody's game, probably,
really isn't.
maybe. Well, here they are, the Arena of the Gods, Eddie. This is it, the finale to determine which of the Assault Mechs will be going through into the Grand Final.
I just can't guess.
Hey, it's literally anyone's game to play for
It
here.
really isn't.
What, Eddie, you're being so negative.
Not being negative, you already said who the winner
The Stalker
was, and I
could-
agree.
The Stalker could still win. If it wins, it gets a clean 30 points.
It
which
does
would
not get 30 points. Why are you suddenly saying the Stalker gets 30 points? What's going on here?
Well, I was
You trying to pretend?
I was informed by the Boffins that there
No,
might,
it
there
sounds
might be a
like
new
there's some
scoring system
strange
coming in.
behind-the-scenes cheating going on that has nothing to do with what's really going on the show. I'm starting to think that maybe some other cheating is happening here. A kind of someone doesn't want that many clan mechs in the big finale.
I don't know why anyone would suggest that. Eddie.
No, neither do I.
It's a baseless accusation.
I think you-
to say that I might not want 3 clan mechs in the finale.
Yes, because you, as McCracken, would be very happy with that.
I would
since
be
they're
delighted
probably
to,
all your
to
picks.
have all these clan
I'm
mechs
sure
in
you
the
would.
final.
So why are you laughing about it? And trying to cheat like you were just doing a minute ago before we started recording.
There was no off-camera attempt at trying to make sure the Stalker goes through to the final at all, Eddie.
Wasn't there?
No.
No, so the Stalker gets the standard 10 points then.
Normally it was 15, but
All right, 15
on some
then.
occasions it's been 10. It's been,
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd have to ask the viewers what the actual final scores were originally, because I kind of forget between weeks.
Wow, that's hey, it's all.
Oh, and the Stalker won.
Oh, look at that.
It's through to the final.
No,
maybe,
it isn't.
Possibly.
It isn't.
Oh.
It really isn't.
We-
It's the
wow.
Supernova. Everybody knew.
Yes, as the Stalker goes down, we go over to the final scores there, obviously. The Supernova still stands tall, even with those bonus points. The Stalker in second, with 81. The Awesome still third. The Night Star in fourth. The Annihilator staying where it is. And the Gargoyle, well, losing even more points, down to 27. And, well, Eddie, we've got our finalists now. We've got
certainly
the
do.
Supernova in the Assault category. We've got the Quick Draw for the heavies, the Stormcrow for the mediums, and the Piranha for the lights. It's quite a packed finish.
It really is.
We'll
and,
see you for the grand finale featuring technical readout
Apparently so.
next time. Have a good one all. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And with that, sorry about the delay on this episode, everybody.
Yeah, all my fault. I decided to throw myself into furniture.
He did, yes, backwards into
Unconscious.
furniture, and he's finally back after lazing around for 3 weeks. He's finally back up and running.
Filled with painkillers as I am.
Yes, he's still not 100%, but he's good enough to do this. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It's been a long time coming. Yeah, not sure if we're back in our game after that break, but yeah,
We hope so.
The next fortnight we'll have the best in class finale,
The grand final.
the grand final. So we've hopefully
Put your bets on which clan mech wins.
Yeah.
Supernova.
Oh god, no, it's not. Hopefully not Supernova. I don't want best in class to be. It has to be the quick draw. It has to be the
It
quick
won't
draw.
be the quick draw.
Oh god.
Not against that Supernova.
No, not against that Supernova. Well, not against the Piranha either. That thing will get.
Yeah.
It's going to do mad fucking buck for its damage. That, no doubt. But yeah, have a good week, everybody. Hope you enjoy it, as I said, and we'll see you next time. And obviously, thank you once again to everyone who helps out with these,
thank you
and
very,
all
very
those who will be helping out with the final recording, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
You know who you are.
Yeah, and even if you don't, You do.
And I fully expect all those helpers to sign up to be our racers, because when you do, we'll sort out the mechs later on, but you have to get your colour scheme and team names sorted out, because we want to run this like it's Formula 1 with mechs. Bye.
Bye.